Peace and love. Peace and love. How's everybody? This is Sister Nzinga for Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga, our YouTube channel where we emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. We're working on it hard because we realize that we're in a time now that it's just a must. You know, self-love is very, very important. It's a must because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. So that's what we're doing here. We're emancipating ourselves from mental slavery. So thank you. I want to first say thank you to my new subscribers and my old subscribers, to everyone who subscribes, y'all. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here every day doing this, but not every week doing this thing here. So I thank you. I thank you, those that comment, and continue to give me a comment. You can agree with me, disagree with me, or, put some suggestions, or, correct me, whatever, but just comment, talk to me. Talk black to me, y'all. But I'm here, just, how do you say, each one teach one. So I just feel that what I do know that I need to share with other people, and it will be helpful to somebody, to listen, to empower you, to inspire you, to make you think. Because, it ain't illegal yet, y'all. It ain't illegal yet. So, yeah, so anyway, so those that notice, yes, I ain't got no tooth in my mouth. I was up at my farm and I was eating me some fresh, what you call that stuff? Sugar cane. And so I said, I better take this thing out my mouth because I didn't want to break it, because I was chomping down that sugar cane. It was good. And anyway, so I'm still walking around in the bush, moving around and so forth. When I decided to put it back in, I reached in my pocket and it was not there. So I lost it somewhere up in the bush. It's been 2 weeks I've been walking around like this here, but you know one thing? That don't make me. And it sure enough ain't gonna break me. So I got an appointment tomorrow to get a new one. So, but I was not gonna not do my video or try to cover my mouth and say, oh, I got no tooth. Or, you know one thing? I'm just a natural person who I am. And if it wasn't for, I guess, being modest or, or just caring about, certain things about my appearance, because I don't be trying to dress to impress people, whatever. But of course, I want to show myself in a respectful and manner, and so I wouldn't walk around here with no teeth in my mouth. But so they'll be back soon. But right now they ain't got none, so this is just the way it is. Okay, okay. So, what we gonna talk about today? I know what we're talking about today. We're just gonna talk about some real shit, because I just believe in just keeping it real. I just believe in keeping the shit real because that's what we had to deal with today, because we have been bombarded. We've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, Brother Malcolm said, with all these lies and lies and lies that they continue to teach us. And it has us in the condition that we're in right now, because so much to the point that, we are in a mental slavery. We're still in slavery, but people are not realizing it. I mean, because simple things like, before we didn't have to, one day you just tell when we couldn't sit in the front of the bus, when all the time and people who fought and died for us to be able to sit anywhere on the bus, we still go to the back of the bus. See, that's the mental slavery. We still want to go to the back door. We still want to, buckle down to, do a little huckabuck dance, for white people. Sometimes people act differently. Some people, I'm going to tell you, but I know that everybody knows somebody who act different when they're around white people. I was like, because that's the way we have been taught to be and that kind of thing. And so, but, we have been just bombarded with so many lies about this or that and the other. So, what I want to talk about mainly today is food, because I have been having a lot of friends who have been getting sick, and people dropping, and people having strokes, people needing getting open heart surgery, or people getting cancer and all that kind of stuff. And this world has intentions of people getting sick because, they're all tied up together with these pharmaceuticals. And so their job is for you to get sick. They put shit in the food, in the atmosphere, for you to get sick. They cause stress on you, on your job, or anything that you got to do to deal with them. I was trying to deal with something on my Social Security, and they told me, I called them, and they told me the wait on the phone was 1 hour and 15 minutes. Like, what the hell is that? I know this is kind of off subject, but I'm just saying that's stressful. Especially if you really need to get something done, something important that you need to get done, because after you retire, your sources, your resources is your Social Security check, and you got to wait 1 hour and a half to talk to a person. Why are they having everybody to come and call at one time? And even when they make changes, everybody, they're going to tell you can change from this month to that month. How are all these people going to call you at one time? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. This system is not really made for your convenience. It's not. It is to cause stress for you, cause havoc, and make you kind of go out your way and go through some unnecessary stuff. And I was trying so many times. Here, I'm sorry, I'm changing the conversation of this, the idea, the subject, because I just talked about this and I'm going to continue on. I'm trying to make a serious change to my benefits, and nobody would give me a straight answer when I did get a phone call. No, you got to talk to these people. You got to call there. You got to call there. They send you through so many we call it loops, loopholes, and jump through the hoops and loops to get shit done. It don't make no sense. And this is for people who are over 65 or more. Some of these people ain't competent, to be able to go through all this kind of stress and wait on hold for an hour. Then you get pissed off. You say, oh, just forget it. And then if you forget it, then you're going to miss out on a benefit that you really have worked hard for, that you really deserve, and that you've earned. So anyway, but back to this food situation, y'all. This food situation is so very serious. I just want to tell you, I in my opinion, and through my research and my studies, I know for sure that pork is not good for anybody, especially black people. And that's who my audience is mostly. That's what I'm trying to heal. It's not good for anybody. Then we also know that beef, the way that they get the cows to grow so big, they put so many chemicals and stuff in the beef, in the cows and in the chickens to make them grow fast so they can make more money. We know that. And so if you eat that food, that chemical comes inside you. That's why we got these young girls out here that got more breasts than these 70-year-old women. Their bodies are developed because of the chemicals that's in the food that's making them grow like that, to make them be mature. And it's making you obese. Because you're eating the food and you're not adding anything else to it on a healthier side. So you're sitting there eating all this food, and this is what comes out in your body. So it's just an ongoing circle. So I just want to say the food is so important. And so what you need to simply do is that we have to be mindful of when we go shopping to look at the ingredients. Just don't go buy what you usually buy. And if you're going to do that, then go buy that. But when you pick it up off the shelf, look at the ingredients in it. It doesn't make any sense if you're doing something like, let me just say a bag of flour. Okay, the flour should have some type of grain or whatever it's made out of, whether it was made of meat not meat, but wheat or whatever. That's what should be in there. That may be one or two things. But if you look at the some like Pillsbury brand, it has, what was it? It has just a whole bunch of, I forgot. I had this thing in my mind, but I forget. But it had, this is something I've seen recently, and it had about like 10 other ingredients in it. And that means you're not getting actually that thing. And never all those other ingredients are there things that cause you to gain weight or is called something that's harmful to your body. The other thing is almond milk. And I learned this. I've been doing this. I've been using this brand of almond milk for a long while. Someone else brought it to my attention. Do you know that one of the almond milk things, it says there's carbon monoxide in it? Now, people die from carbon monoxide poisoning. That's been a new thing now. Well, it ain't new, but for the past some years or something. That we also put not just smoke detectors in our homes. We put carbon monoxide detectors in our home because carbon monoxide will kill you. Well, how the hell is that in my almond milk? So this is the stuff that y'all that's serious. You have to look at the ingredients. You have to look at the ingredients, and if it's even if it's just a loaf of bread should have wheat, flour, milk, salt, a couple things like that inside there. But then when you see all those other like 10 or 15 other things, then if it's enriched. Okay, let me finish my sentence first. You see all those different things inside there, so what are you really eating? And did you see this is where you see that word enriched on a lot of items. So if it is enriched, that means that they know that they're not giving you the full item, whatever you get, whether it's bread or tuna fish. Not tuna fish, that's kind of crazy, but whatever the product is, if it has been enriched, that means that they added niacin or vitamin D or all these different things to it, because after they finish processing it, that means they didn't took all the vitamins and minerals out of it. And so you're not really getting the full potential of whatever the item is. So they enrich it and add other stuff into it. But it shouldn't be that. Just give me the damn thing that you're giving me, and that's it. That's all I want. But they do all that kind of stuff so it can stay on the shelf for longer, so it can stay fresh. So, I guess after you cook it, it'll last or something. I really don't know all the answer to why they do all this stuff, other than the fact that they don't give a damn about you, and they trying to kill you. And whatever they're doing in there is something that they're doing so they can make more of what they're doing, or make it faster or cheaper or some kind of way so they can make more money. That's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. These people are sacrificing. They're sacrificing our health. They're sacrificing our health for their wealth. You know what I'm saying? And that don't make no damn sense. So we got to be mindful of thinking about what we put in our bodies, because it's pretty much guaranteed that by the time you become an adult, 20 years old, if you're eating just this regular stuff that they have, fast foods, processed foods, Chinese foods, then surely by the time that you get 30 years old, you're going to be on some type of medication. You're going to have to start having problems internally. And you're going to get some type of medication. And then once you get on medication, they say, okay, we're just going to give you this one pill. You better believe that now if you're taking that one pill, this stuff is doing something to your body. They're going to get another pill. Because that pill is going to, it may take the care of your heart or whatever, but then it's going to mess up your liver or your kidneys or something like that. So then they got to give you a pill to fix your kidneys and your liver. And then after they give you the pill to give you the kidneys and the liver, then they're going to do something because they got to give you something else, because that pill also will mess up your eyes. And then they're going to give you something pill. You see what I'm saying? It's an ongoing cycle. So I'm not going to stay long today but I just really, really, really want you to be mindful of what you eat. I mean, look at this scenario. Have you ever seen those people on TV who, not on TV, but on YouTube, where you see them, they go into the bush. First they start digging. They get a little stick or something. They start digging, a sharp stick, digging, and they end up digging out of the ground. Maybe like, a building, or they're taking some mud and adding something else to it, and put stuff on the walls, and then they cut bush sticks, and then they getting some vine from actually out of the bush, and they wrap it, make the walls for the house and so forth. And I mean, so my point is that everything that you need is there. It has been given to us by nature, by the Most High. He has given us everything that we need. Also, in that bush is, after you build that house there's wood something to make you build a fire. There's animals in there if you care to eat some meat. Animals, you go kill the animal and you have some meat to eat. Go fishing, get some fish. There's fruit in the trees. There's so many leaves that's green leaves that in all kind of different things that you could use, that you could eat. So everything has been done for us. It was just these people who are greedy and saw all this stuff being just naturally given, and they just said, no. Well, let me do it. I want them to come to us for it. We can take it, and we can strip it down, and we can make it twofold. You can get two out of one, and by adding a little something to it, and just give it to the people, and then they make more money off of it. This is really a game. It's really not a game. Like, actually, it's life threatening. It's a serious shit. That these people go through the problem, go through the motion that it would take to do this stuff to a people, to a human beings. I don't know, they far from humans. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these people, but we have got to be mindful. You have got to take responsibility for yourself. Where my camera at? You have got to take responsibility for your own actions. You have got to read the labels and see what you're really getting. You have got to, once a doctor, if he prescribes something for you, you got to go do some research and find out what that thing is. You have got to be able to know for sure that this is good for me, it won't hurt me, or this is not good for me. I mean, you have to make that decision for yourself, and that's what I'm saying. But think, because it ain't illegal yet. You can't just go and everybody can say, well, I'm gonna give you this. They got things to whiten your teeth. Our teeth ain't really supposed to be white, and all that chemical stuff that they put inside there. People don't question that. People don't question the fact that, you're putting all this stuff in your mouth and all the chemical that's going to be going in, you have to swallow your intake just so your teeth can be white. Your teeth ain't supposed to be white. It's a bone. It's not supposed to be white. This is someone else's idea that you're going to have white, bright teeth, and then they put all these chemicals into your mouthwash. They put it into your damn toothpaste, and then they got these little things you can put on your teeth, things you can wear, or things you can brush your teeth with, all that kind of nonsense. Really? They always bringing something out to make it look like it's just a convenience for you, but it's not really convenience for you. You know, it may look like it's convenient, but the long term something, it's going to hurt you in some kind of way. And of course, they're going to make money off of it. They making money off all these ideas. All these things that been introduced, somebody just made it up, y'all. This is what I'm trying to say. This is not really like the world. Like you know, this is well, unfortunately, it's not really like just a very peaceful and harmonious world where everything is just hunky dory and people are doing everything to help one another. No, there's a society out here of people who doing shit for their own benefit so they can make money and really don't give a damn for the next person. That's really what it is. And so each person is responsible for their own self, especially if you're an adult. You have to be mindful of what you eat. And look at sodas. And I can't believe that they still sell Tang and Kool-Aid in the little packets. And people are still eating that shit. That ain't about some sugar. Oh my gosh. That ain't about some sugar, water, and food coloring. And you know, that red food coloring, I don't know exactly what countries it is, or I think even in California, in this country, that it's illegal to sell that in their state. And it's illegal to do that kind of stuff, sell some of those things in other countries. Because they know that that color was red something that got a number to it, something like that. That food coloring is poison. But America still lets it be put there. Some other countries don't allow that. So, I mean, the Tang ended up with some sugar, with some orange stuff in there. I don't know what that mess is. I mean, I drink that stuff as a child because I ain't had no choice. But I turned 22, I think, when I left home from my parents. And I changed my lifestyle back then. I stopped eating all that mess because, you know, I can't fault my parents. They was doing what they were taught. And that's what we all do. That's why we have to start learning some truths. And so we start telling our children the truth instead of us continue to pass down lies and lies and lies, or some type of something they're going to call a tradition. You know, this is what we've been doing for years. You know, tradition that you pass down. Don't pass down a tradition if you think it's going to be harmful to your children and to yourself. So, I'm just saying, y'all. So, main thing I want to talk about today is just to make sure that you are reading the labels on the foods. Stuff that you've been eating for a long time. Just continue to think about yourself. If you want some longevity, then go right ahead, read the label of everything that you're eating and be mindful. Stop eating certain meat. If you don't want to stop eating meat totally, just only do it in ratchets, because you know it's not good for you. You know, so I would say, and what do you call it, moderation. Just do it in moderation. You know, if you just really just love yourself a hamburger and you can't stop eating hamburgers, then just every now and then still eat a hamburger. If most of the time you're eating fruits and vegetables, nuts, things that's good for you and so forth, then that's okay. And every now and then you want to have a hamburger, that's fine. But it can't be that you're just eating that shit all the time, eating bad stuff all the time, just eat what you want to eat, eating greasy food, processed food, eat stuff out the packages, and please don't eat no meat from the dollar store. If the meat only costs $1, it ain't worth a damn dime. Because they ain't giving you nothing. So, love up on yourself, y'all. Love up on yourself. And be mindful of what you're eating. Because it's contributing to your health. And your health is your wealth. So, pass that on to the generations. Pass that on. We talk about, we want to pass things on to our children. Pass that on. Pass some good news. Pass some truths on to your children. Stop lying to your children. Because that's what this is really about. We're older. And I don't know how old the people are that's watching, but I imagine that you're probably at least in some type of adult, and you may be at the adult age where you have children. But we have to stop lying to our children. And this is things that we're doing to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery so we can make a better way for our children and for the future. For the future. I have grandchildren. And I want to make it better for my grandchildren. Let alone, for my own self. My mother's 96 years old. I would like for her to be able to benefit from this while she still is on this earth. I got family, friends, cousins, nieces, sisters, brother. I mean, I care about people. I really do. And so I just want everybody to love themselves enough to care to make a change. It's hard. It's hard. You may, say, I'm going to stop eating something, and then, You go back and maybe every now and then have one, that's fine. But just if you know it's not good for you, you know you got some type of disease going on in your body, something like that, then just love up on yourself enough to make a good decision to not eat certain things sometimes. And just add fruits and vegetables constantly. Eat a banana every day. Eat an apple, orange, grapefruit, tangerine. I mean, there's so many fruits that's out there. There's a lot of exotic fruits that are really good too. When you're in the tropics, you get lots more fruits than what's the name? I went to visit Belize, and when I'm in Belize, Belize has 5 apples that they don't have in the U.S. So if they do have the red delicious apples and the yellow apples here, they're imported from someplace else to Belize, but not it's not sold there. So other countries have lots of other things that we don't even eat and partake in, but these things are they're grown on the trees, and it's food. It is fruit. So fruits and vegetables, y'all. Fruits and vegetables. Eat more fruits and vegetables, and you don't have to have when you have your dinner. Your breakfast, lunch, or your dinner. And who made up breakfast, lunch, and dinner anyway? Who the hell says that we got to be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Nobody. Somebody made that shit up and then we just go by it. But you don't have to. You really do not have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Eat when you're hungry. So love up on yourself. Try to make better food choices, for your own health. Leave some of that sugar alone. And sugar is in almost everything. So it's not just the fact that, I'm eating a candy bar or I'm eating, cakes and pies and stuff like that. Sugar is in a lot more things, especially when processed food. You'll see sugar in them. You see with that. And the juices and the sodas. Oh, my gosh. Pepsi and Coke is so addictive. They should be against the law. It really should be against the law. But, of course, that company been around for a long time, and they got money, and, this company ain't going to do that to them because that's their little roadie up there making big money like they are. It's a deep thing. You can just go down a rabbit hole and just sum up. So much stuff comes up. But when I have these conversations, so much stuff comes up to be able to, in my mind about, okay, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this, talk about that. Because it's all really connected. It's all really connected. So, for now, y'all, I'm going to say peace and love. Love up on yourself. Read the labels because right now, that's the key. They got everything on the labels, and that way you can be able to see what you're eating. And you'll be able to see what you're really not eating. You think you're buying this here, and really you're getting like 2% of that one thing in there, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff up in there. So, anyway, y'all. Bye for now. God loves you, so do I. Peace and love. Thank you again for watching. Continue to push the notification buzzer so that way you will be able to get a notification when I make a video, and you can continue to share. All right. Peace and love.